This is not a poem by Magritte or A Day Ignored. In the rush hour downtown, wait for a bus and look around, seeing melting onyx instead of streets, strawberries instead of faces, and faces instead of bank accounts. A Day Ignored, perhaps, by Monsieur René, busy with boulevardiers, shrubs, and shaving kit skyscapes. A Day Ignored, perhaps, by Robert Frank, otherwise fixated on airborne couplings, midnight jukeboxes, and mixed exile. Good foot. Then again, I have my share of days ignored, where the decision of chainsaws or jazz, the decision of coffee or Guinness has made all the difference.
No, they're all good.
Hang on, friends. It is here. Oh, okay, fine. Not to be didactic, but I am bohemian, queer, generalist, eternal optimistic dupe of the peep show, musical archaeologist, and C-list plank spanker for hire, invisible witness to the endless street parade of male beauty, binge drinker, needy, modern, arrogant doormat, in summation, an irredeemable putz. And less and more, besides, at the times and the best of words, at the best of worst of times, times 5. Taxiing to middle age. Even now, not poor enough to rebel and not rich enough to rule. Oh well, better a crying wolf than a dead dog. Thus does the moving finger, having been flipped, bugger right off. I heard the greatest quote today, or read the greatest quote today about the definition of friends. Friends are God's apology for one's parents. Okay, a few new tunes then from my latest book, which is called Jazzbo Wind. Soon to be published by the wonderful Kindersteiner Editions out of San Antonio, Texas. And do we have time for like 3 short poems? Okay, cool. I'm going to hit you with a shorter bit. Hang on. We have it here somewhere. All right. This is the last testament of Charlie Nothing. If all the maidens grieve a death that will excuse the imprints of life, who will stamp my papers of mistaken identity at the final border for which I strive? Where across the plaza is convened a sentence that will be debated for years, how will be divined my infinite longing and staunch my obstinate tears? When romance loses pace at a judicious taste, like a barfly at 1:45, and the latest young beard with a parlance spat weird makes expressions that are threatening to you. I never play cards so Reno at trips are hard, with no cowboys or drag queens around. So just give me cruel fingernails on guitars and an honest blare of sunshine in sound, where muffled rhoda trumpets quiver, along with rampant seagull guitars, joining Casey Stride and Sturgis Ultraglide, boarding Sun Ra's ninth rocket to the stars. Okay. This then is dedicated to the cat with the Bukowski and Kerouac timelines on his arms. I am too much of a wuss to want to do something like that, so I do it like this. And actually, this is inspired by a misreading of a slogan that was chanted at an anti-war demonstration in an attempt to levitate the Pentagon in 1966, I think. And it's called, "Out, out, 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 lemons out. Out, lemons out. All posers of the face, abs, and ass. None God-given. And may all thoughtful beings have their memories of such protoplasmic anomalies duly erased so that future generations will not step into their showers to attempt seppuku with a sharp piece of cardboard. Look out, honey, they're misusing technology. Too busy looking in their hands to make nary apology. Consider this, then, my clawing out of the corner I was forced into by your mediocrity. Consider this, then, your final notice, your welcome mat heartily shredded, your conduct unwelcome, and overtures better off recycled like the A Capriccio scores of historical discord that you are. For I altogether prefer sure-shot poems from occasionally damaged but invaluable players. These are people that I have been learning my lessons from even now, from Lerner, who proposed a need for thoughtful armory, from Charlie and Sam and Daphne, whose urban cadences hold the broken lamppost moon and urban beach dawn, from Bill Jr., who strolls a wineglass's edge like Philippe Petit, from Bucky, who writes the greatest fucking fairy tales since Iceberg Slim. From these and even more, I derive the courage to not leave parchment go unparched, to go lacking from the spit from my skull. Poems that can even sometimes be sung, if accompanied by a Nevada resonator box, an Austin or London Sonny Boy blues harp, and a $5 drum kit. And though lemons may complain and do, I don't worry about hitting the right notes before the eve above sea, projected under construction white light heat from my empurpled and shrieking heart. Jaspo Wind, RC, he is cola, as sweet and as sugar dance inducing as the tropical nut in its habitat. His breath, filtered through horns, only reflects the blinding light bulb overhead. He is the reason they call it playing music instead of working. In sailor or duke vines, and the occasional sequined Shriner vest, feeding we who hunger for that primal bar walk and stroll to pull us up by our mental zoot side vents, twirling us around like klezmer toys, tipping us over on the floor of the Marx Brothers big store, whose burnt weenies, Sneaky Pete, and Dolphy Lynch counter specials, enjoy daily lines around the block that would shame City Hall food trucks. So, whether by Tools Ancient or from this week's Bernal Heights junk pile, we trust you'll keep it blowing, that ever feedback ebullient, ever jubilant Jazzbo win.